Hello, everybody, and welcome back to unMadeGaming. We are here for our second game of the day, a game called Way Down in Waterdeep, and a title that I need to change on the stream. No one saw that happen. But we are here with some familiar faces and a brand new face. We'll start with the brand new one. Damien, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what can you tell us about Way Down in Waterdeep?
Good morning and hello, everybody, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. So my name is Damien. Thank you guys for having me. This is awesome. You can find me on the internet. Really, just basically start off with Twitter, DC Sanders 92. That's where I'm at. All the information's there. We have a good time.
Fantastic. And what about what is Way Down in Waterdeep?
Way down in Waterdeep. Okay, so this is just a one shot that I wrote. It's been played one time. It is the concept behind it is a group of adventurers trying to figure out a mystery, if you will, sort of, kind of. I mean, yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. Dope. I like it. Returning for, I believe, her second time on the stream. Amanda, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Hey, I'm Amanda, AmandaGaming. You can find me on the Twitters at AmandaGaming. And actually, Thursday, usually Thursdays, Madfish is running a City of Mist game on Brahms Balarathian's channel, so that's kind of fun. I am playing Rihiri, Charlie. She's a druid tiefling. Or tiefling druid, whichever.
Yeah, either one. Perfect. And let's jump over to a veteran of the stream, especially the charity streams. Maddie, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
I am Mad Fishmonger. You can find me on the internet as Mad Fishmonger. I am on streams a lot, at least 4 days a week right now, possibly more. I run a City of Mist game on Thursdays, and I play several games on Salt and Sassy 2 times a week. They are all awesome. Today I am playing a half-orc barbarian. She is a wolf totem barbarian, and her name is Venzaris.
Fantastic. And I will be playing Shalisanar the Eminent. He is a green dragonborn paladin of the ancients. And I didn't just make it, I promise. So with that, I will remind you guys, this is a charity stream. We have already hit half of our goal in the first 3 hours. We have 9 hours left. If you guys want to help us smash that goal, check the donation section down below. You can donate for Nat 1s, Nat 20s, NPCs, items, all kinds of fun stuff like that, and throw it at this new DM, or this DM new to the channel, and show him what it's all about. And with that, we'll turn things over to Damien. Damien, take us away to Waterdeep.
All right, let's do it. Alrighty, so real quick, I know you guys kind of did this in the introductions, but just for my sake, let's go real briefly around the table. Tell me your character's name and just a short background, just so we can get a feel of things here. And maybe we start with Matt.
It's Mike. That's Matt, right. That's okay. They're all the same. It is so. My guy's name is Shalisanar, and I'll put that in chat for you. The Eminent. He is a paladin, Oath of the Ancients, and he is a self-made paladin. He is a paladin of the green gods, the gods of nature, and all that. He is not a paladin of any order, and he wanders the land trying to cure its illnesses and make it safe for nature to prosper.
Excellent. Why don't we go to Mad Fishmonger?
All right. Venzaris is a very tall half-orc. She's about 7'2". She's very muscular. But she was a soldier. She grew up in largish city, I guess, like maybe just right in Waterdeep, and around, joined the military. Always had to fight twice as hard to get respected, because of her status, as a half orc, because she's a big muscular woman, because whatever, and also because she's actually a really nice person, and she doesn't resort to violence quickly.
All right, excellent. And Amanda, you know what? I didn't get what class was. I got to half for it, but what class?
Oh, she is a wolf totem barbarian.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so she wears wolf ears and a wolf tail.
Excellent. And then Amanda again.
Hey, there we go. Unmuted myself. Playing. Her full name is Rahiri, but she goes by Charlie. It's a little bit easier for people to say. She is she's a tiefling druid. She was actually a foundling by some druids. Just found her when she was little, wandering around in the forest because somebody dumped her there, or she wandered away and got lost. Haven't really thought that much into it, but yeah, she grew up with some druids, kind of out of the way of everything. She is, I believe, Circle of the Moon druid, so lots of beast shapes and stuff like that, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, she's got like bluey gray skin and this kind of big purple mohawk thing going on.
I like it.
That upbringing sounds a lot like mine, except for the tiefling part, so I feel like you're right there. That's all right. Well, excellent. If you guys are ready, let's just jump right into it. So you're going to start off in a tavern. No, just kidding. You're not in a tavern. You start off in a small town. Basically, this is where, in his paladin adventures, Mike's character has kind of settled. And he has opened up a school, if you will, like a dojo kind of, for, the local town's kids and anybody who kind of wants to learn to better themselves, through fighting, the martial skills, so on and so forth. You've been running this for a couple of weeks now. And what we'll do is we'll say the other characters have come along and they've basically been your assistants for whatever reason. Okay. So everybody kind of got that?
Yeah.
And this particular day starts out, the students have done their chores. They've had their breakfast. And you're meeting on the training grounds for today's combat lessons, if you will. Okay. And that's what we kind of see here on this map before us. It's just a dirt training ground, dirt floor, a couple of obstacles here and there, fencing. And where you find yourselves is, let's say, kind of in the center of everything. And it's Matt. I don't know why I keep calling you Matt. It's Mike and the rest of you guys. They're talking to the students. A number of them are 4, I believe, and they're kind of they've kind of bordered the perimeter here. And you're getting ready to teach them about combat. So we will turn to the paladin and let you give your training speech or whatever it is you want to tell them about today's lesson.
Okay. Yeah, so he he comes out and he's in his full regalia of armor, and it's very intricate looking. It's chainmail, but it's woven to look like vines and leaves as opposed to the normal ringlets. And it moves slightly quieter as he moves in, and he says, "Now each of you, the 4 of you, will fight as one. It is easy to fight alone, but when you fight in a group, you are only as strong as the man next to you. So it is incredibly difficult to make sure that you perform at the same level as everyone else around you, and if they slack, you rise them up to your level, and so on and so forth. Now at once, the 4 of you, or 2 and 2, attack each other and work as a team."
So when you say that, the 2 in the top corner, they kind of look at each other, and they look like they're game for this, almost like they can't wait to impress the teacher and his friends. 2 on the other side are kind of, I don't know about this. And I guess what we could do from here, and there's one other one in the center, I guess, and he looks ready to go too. What we could do is go ahead and get that initiative rolled.
Sure. am I fighting with these guys as well?
So the way, I guess you, as the teacher, it's up to you. I mean, if you want them to, if
Okay.
you want them to fight you, if you want them to fight each other.
No, I
it's
think
kind of-
they're fighting each other because I'm watching them to see how better to train them and see where their weaknesses are.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything at this time as well?
Now,
I'm definitely flexing. Doing a lot of push-ups, still like making sure, she doesn't sit still. She's just doing stuff. And I think if he's gonna have the two fight the other two, then I'll take the lone person aside. And give them is there like a big hay bale or something that they can hit? Like something they could really wail on?
Yeah, we could say that. So maybe down in this corner here, the people who, if I understand what you're saying, is the two that don't look like you want to train them off to the side. Is that kind of right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you could go ahead and do that. We'll just say that's in the very bottom corner there.
All right.
All right.
He's gonna give them heavy weapons.
Okay, excellent. Do you want to say anything to them, or
He'll be like, okay, so take that, put your hands like this, and she'll show them how to hold it properly.
Okay, they kind of mimic your stance. They're kind of ready, and they're looking at your feet and looking at your hands, and like this. Does this look good?
Yeah, she's showing them the whole posture, this whole body posture, and she's explaining, all of the muscle movement. And then she's just like, okay, and then get it up here, way up here,
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
and then just fucking give her.
All right, so he takes the first one, kind of takes a swipe at the bale of hay, and he's holding things a little. His grip isn't quite right, and the weapon flings out of his hand, and he looks kind of dejected. It's like,
Buddy, go do like, I don't know, 100 push-ups.
he kind of saunters off to go
it's the
do so.
worst.
Okay, so then let's jump to the other two who are getting ready to fight each other, and they kind of square off, and they bow at the paladin, and they're kind of doing, within moments you guys kind of see the battle going on between these two with their swords. The taller of the two definitely looks more confident, and he says, "You're going to be my punk by the end of the day." And he's saying it in a way that he's trying to make sure that his teacher hears.
And he's saying this to the guy on the other team or the guy on his own team?
The guy on the other team that they're fighting.
Okay. Yeah, I think the paladin gets he has a smirk, like he's not one to look away from a friendly competition, but he does keep an eye on these two, particularly.
Okay, excellent. So the dude that he's squaring off with, he's definitely, his skills are not up to par, and within moments he's outmatched on the ground with his attacker's sword at his throat.
Is this the one that was talking shit?
The one that was talking shit is the one who is prevailing.
Okay. Yeah, he lets this happen. Are they performing in tandem? Like the one that was talking shit and his teammate, are they working
Yes.
together? Okay.
Yeah, but we're just kind of focusing on this particular gentleman right now.
Yeah, then he's down for it. As long as they are working as a team, that was his goal in this training exercise.
Okay, excellent. So the battle kind of continues on until, or the mock battle, if you will, until it looks like it should come to a close, meaning the one who was talking shit, we'll call him Escobar.
Sure.
Escobar and his team has basically thwarted these guys, and in such a fashion, not only do they stand out, but they are heads and tails above the other two. And I mean, they beat these guys down in a humiliating fashion, to the point now where their weapons are at the throats of the dudes who are down, and everybody's kind of looking at you for guidance.
Yeah, so if they are thoroughly trounced, he takes the field. He walks out there, and he squats low to the two on the ground, and he says, "You have much to learn. Your opponents worked together, two people as one body, and you were defeated easily. The two of you must be of one mind and one body, and work together." And he reaches behind him, and out of his pack, he pulls out two sets of shackles and shackles one's right arm to the left arm and right leg to the left leg of the people, and says, "And now you will practice what I preach until such time as you defeat your opponents." And he stands and walks back to where he was standing before.
So the two shackled ones pick up their arms and kind of saunter toward the hay bale and start, working on some other drills. Escobar comes to you, kind of bows, and so, Master, we did well. When will you take me on one of your adventures?
When you are ready.
Am I not ready now? You saw what I just did.
I did, and I see more potential than you fully understand. You excel here as a student, but you could do so much more. It is within your power to raise everyone here to the level at which you fight, and yet you keep it to yourself in hopes to garner my good looks.
Okay, teacher, I agree. But someday, I want to be as good as you. And he kind of points to everybody in the group, the adventures that you've been with. I want to be one of you. So while you guys are kind of talking, a horse rider, comes in from the horizon at a pretty hefty pace and makes his way to you. You recognize him. All of you recognize him, just as one of the townspeople from around. And he hops down with a letter. He greets all of you, but he passes you adventurers and goes to Escobar and hands him this letter and says, "A message for you, sir." Tips his hat to the rest of you and takes off. Escobar opens up the letter and starts reading through it, and a very glum look comes across his face. He's you definitely notice the change in his demeanor. It's I can't believe it. Master, I must go. Teacher, I must go. It's my sister. It's my sister Morgane. I have word from my mother that there's trouble.
What kind of trouble?
It's kind of trouble.
She doesn't go. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Wait, what? I like trouble. Do it.
The letter is very vague, but she says I am to return home now to Tarkington Villa. Morgane has fallen into trouble. She just asked for me to come home right away.
Did she specify what kind of trouble?
She doesn't, but if it's what I think, Morgane does tend to like the nightlife, whereas we were raised quite conservative and studious and such. She liked to be out in the big city. I fear something may have happened to her there.
Can we help?
Absolutely. And he looks at you. Yeah, yes. When can we leave?
Let's go.
We can leave now.
Excellent. All right. So, what are we taking? What are we preparing? This particular town where he's from is probably about a day and a half ride from where you are. This is not just to give you an overview, this is not the town where you guys are set up. He's from a different area.
Got you.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I would have to ride some. Can I ride a dire horse? Like a big Clydesdale or something. I'd have to have my own horse because I'm huge. Well, not literally, but yeah. And yeah, I would go get. I'd probably have a bag packed for, being a soldier, having that drilled into her from a young age. Everything she owns would always be like just super neatly put away. So like, as soon as if people are like, oh, we have to go, it's like she goes into a room, grabs 3 things, done, go.
She's ready to get to stepping.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, all right, I haven't been out for a rip in a long time. Let's go.
Excellent. So, and just kind of on a side, since we didn't really go over these things before, you kind of want to, you want to make a note of some of that equipment and whatnot that you do have, because it's going to come into play, I'm sure. How about you?
All right, I'll make
what are you taking?
Charlie's pretty much got she kind of keeps her stuff packed anyway. She doesn't have a whole lot of things. So it's like, grabs a bedroll, her armor, her weapons.
Okay.
Got her scimitar at her hip, got her quarterstaff.
Excellent. So Escobar is like, hey, so teacher, can we go now?
We can.
All right. So you guys set off. Again, it's after all after all of the fighting and the morning, whatever that was taking place, you guys are probably set off, let's say late morning. The road to where he is from, it's not quite a paved road, but it's not like a dirt trail either. It's somewhat kept up. So you're able to go along pretty easily. And maybe 2-3 hours into your travels, you come across a little boy. Where you are it's a road. There's like sweeping hills on either side. You're heading south, and this boy comes running out. His clothes are torn. His face is bloodied. And he stands in the road and he waves his hands and he says in common, stop, please stop.
I'm probably in the front and I'm pretty visible. Although I imagine the paladin is also very shiny. But I will immediately stop and jump off the horse and crouch down so that I can look at this small child. Sup, little bro?
I need your help.
Okay.
He's got tears in his eyes, it's kind of mixing with the blood and the bruises, and he says, my mother's dead, and my sisters, they've all been taken. I just need your help.
Can I insight him?
You absolutely can.
It's gonna be watching, trying to get a read. 13.
He's pretty visibly shaken and whatnot. You don't have any reason to believe that this kid is lying to you.
Okay. No, he's clearly shaken. I've gotten that, but I'm a little suspicious about. Yeah, it's kind of more the specifics of what he's saying that I'm
worried about. Yeah, he's being truthful.
Okay, right. So I'll turn around and. What do you guys think?
Charlie's just kind of looking around. She's kind of spacey sometimes, so she's just not even really paying attention that much.
Hey, whoa, Charlie, over here. Hi.
Hi.
Kid, crying. happening.
What happened?
Stuff.
What happened?
Family kidnapped.
Oh shit! We have to help.
So while you guys are talking to this kid, Escobar goes, "Do we really have time for this? Let us not forget my sister."
Is this the same town we're going to? Like the town where this kid is outside of?
No,
Oh,
it is
okay.
not.
Oh, it's on the way.
It's on the way. Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't. It's because that town. Yeah, this is on the way.
Okay, well, let's just go. Look, kid, where are the next closest adults?
I don't know. They might all be dead. I'm from a small village, and we were attacked. They, my uncles, I saw them kill. The town master, I saw them kill, and then they took us kids and my mom and some of the other ladies and took us away.
Where?
And he kind of points back toward the hills, and he goes, back that direction.
Okay, who's they? What do
And
they look like? She's also like gray skinned, green hair. She has some small kind of fang like teeth.
you're the tiefling, right? Yeah.
No,
I'm
she's
a
the
half
apple.
orc.
Oh, you're the half orc. Okay, so
Yeah,
she
and
actually,
she's wearing literal wolf ears
right.
and has a wolf tail.
So he kind of steps back a little bit and he points at the tiefling and goes, "A couple of them look like you."
Uh-oh.
Like me?
And I look at the paladin.
I didn't. What?
I can do it. What's me?
It wasn't me. I didn't do nothing.
What's the paladin? Wait. You mean like demons?
Purple hair?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely wary of the tiefling, you know. Seeing the paladin and, you know, especially in the shiny armor and whatnot, he's reaching out to you guys for help. But obviously he's a little sketch on the tiefling.
We're not all bad. Not all of us are bad.
Well, do you think you can help me? Do you think you can help my sisters?
Come on, let's just go check it out, and at least we can see if like we can take this kid to like the next town and get them some help or something. Let's just
Okay.
check.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying to everybody else.
Yeah. Chalsnar turns to Escobar and says, "I understand that we have left to go find and save potentially your sister, but before leaving, you had said you wanted to be an adventurer and you wanted to be ready. Being ready means putting others before yourself. Do you understand?"
I think so, but again, this is my sister. But I defer to your knowledge and wisdom.
This is
Let
your
us
chance.
save this boy's family as best we can. And he kind of grits his teeth and looks at the little kid.
Is Escobar a human?
Yes, he is.
Okay. All right. So I will pick the kid up and get onto my giant horse with this child. I think we'll feel very safe on this giant horse.
I'm sorry, Maddie. I'm just thinking of you climbing onto a giant horse.
All right, so are you guys heading toward the direction that this kid came from?
Yeah.
Are you asking for directions or what?
Yeah, I'll get him to lead us because I'm in the front, so I'll get him to lead us. And he'll have a good view from like 7-8 feet in the air.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch maps here, and in fact, hopefully we set this up right. I'm gonna need you guys to copy. Oh, that's right. Do did we have tokens or no? I can't remember.
Not at the moment, but I'm sure.
Okay. All right, so I'll have to describe everything to you. Bear with me 1 second. And you guys can role play and talk to the kid and everything while I'm trying to get the computer to work the way it's supposed to here.
To actually compute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I think Shalcinar begins to like ask questions about what the force is that they're. You said that they were people like her, and he points to Charlie, Tiefling, that attacked your village. How many were there? What did they attack with? Did they attack in the night?
It came at night, and to be honest, I only saw a few of them before they put hoods on our heads, and not all of them looked like her, but most of them did.
Did they?
There were others too. There were others that looked more human, if you will.
Did you overhear why they were taking your villagers?
They said something about selling us.
Oh.
In fact, while we were in the cave waiting, and my mother spoke out and tried to attack one of them and free us all before they slayed her, or after they slayed her, one of them said, "Now we won't get paid, and that's coming out of your cut."
I am going to spend 10 minutes performing a ritual while I ride. It only has a really somatic component, so verbal and somatic, so I can just flail my arms around. And, like your goth dancing.
Right.
And I'm going to cast Speak with Animals. And I would like to try and attract the attention of the nearest sort of bird, squirrel. Probably a bird would be the best option.
Okay.
Just some kind of local bird. Particularly something that, like a crow or raven, would maybe fly a little farther. I'm gonna look around for one.
Okay. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of birds and such in the area, so you've got one that you want to speak to or command or whatever.
Okay. I don't command it, but okay. So what she does, she kind of looks around and as they're going past a tree, she spots this good-sized raven. She's like, all right, and she kind of clears her throat. She looks up at the raven and she makes raven sounds at it. And she speaks to it. She's like, hey, buddy, I got some snacks for you. You can tell me some stuff.
It speaks back, and so you can understand, of course. And
yeah, I can understand the bird, but nobody else can understand us. They just hear me making raven noises.
Right, absolutely. And so they hear raven noises back, and the raven's like, yes, snacks, excellent.
I pull out, break off a portion of rations, and I poke the kid, and I'm like, where was it again? And again, I'm just point the direction, and I'm like, okay, so there was a big group of people over in that direction. Can you show us where have you seen that big group of people, and can you show us where they are?
Yeah, absolutely can. Follow me.
Thanks, bro. And I give him a piece of food.
All right, so
I turn to everybody else and okay, so Bird's gonna show us how to get there.
All right, so the raven snacks up a little bit of food, takes off to the skies there, and flies in that same direction. And you guys are just following, I assume.
Yeah.
Charlie's
So-
gonna grab like an apple off one of the trees that they're going by, and then ride up beside Ven and offer it to the little boy.
Okay. And yes, thank you so much, and just kind of ravages it down, like he hasn't eaten in a little bit here, and kind of gives you a smile. Okay. So after a short time, maybe over a rolling hill or something, the raven comes back to you and lands on your shoulder, and nods and said, "It's just over there. I saw I saw a group of people, which I assume you were talking about, walked into a cave, and it's just over that rise there."
Good. Good. Cave is good. So let's not, as much as I want to just run in there, I really want to run in there. Just start chopping. Oh, that feels good. But
Don't run in there. I know you want to, but don't run in there.
we should be smart, I guess. So, and she looks at the paladin. She's like, "You're the one who's smart about combat stuff. I can ask Buddy here to go and check things out, stuff too. So, what should we do?"
Well, and he looks back and forth. Stealth isn't exactly my approach. However, if we expedite this as quickly as possible, we may still catch them off guard.
Okay. We could smoke them out.
Good smoke, Mom.
But wait, there's an SMP too. Right?
That's true. Do you have any more of your woodland friends you can call upon?
Well, I mean, I can talk to pretty much any animal for the next little while. So it's really the thing is my connection to the wolf lets me talk to animals, but I don't control them. Like Buddy likes food, so he did stuff for food.
I see.
So, I mean, I can try, but I can't, like, force them. But I can see through their eyes.
Well, that could be useful. If you send one in or ask its permission to go inside and see through its eyes, see what we're up against before we charge in.
Yeah, but... Wait, is this one concentration? I don't think so. Speak with animals is not concentration. No. Okay, but I need some time. I gotta do a ritual because I gotta talk to the wolf, and the wolf has to agree hours. So, if we can wait a few minutes, I'll do that. And then while I do that, maybe you guys can come up with a super smart plan.
Perfect. We can do just that.
Okay. So she goes and sits by a tree, gets good and comfortable, gets the raven good and comfortable, little cuddle, and does her little meditation. And her little wolf ears kind of move a bit, and her little wolf tail twitches while she's concentrating.
So Escobar, seeing you kind of go off to the side there and doing what you need to do, turns to the paladin and he's like, "Do we really have time for this? Why don't we are strong. Why don't we just take our weapons and charge into this and take care of business?"
Because strength is only useful when applied well. If we are outnumbered 20-1, our strength will falter and smash like waves on the rocks.
He turns to the kid and he flexes on the kid a little bit. He says, "How many did you say there were And the kid kind of steps back and, doesn't want any part of this. He's a little afraid of Escobar there. And Escobar turns, this is useless. And he pulls out his sword and goes, what? We should just go in.
You have asked before to join me in my adventures, and I've said no because you're not ready. This enforces the point. If you want to rush in, I won't stop you. Nor will I collect your bones and bring them back to your family.
Dang, that was kind of cold-blooded, wasn't it?
I am a reptile. It's fine.
So
I think Venzaris like actually comes out of her meditation for 2 seconds, like just opens one eye and goes,
like, what?
and goes back to meditation.
Get wrecked.
What the heck is going on in here? So Escobar definitely cowers back. He's like, he's very apologetic, but grips his sword. He's like, you can tell he really wants to go, but he defers to your strength, basically.
Charlie kind of puts a hand on Escobar's shoulder and goes, "We're here to help people, not scare them. Scaring them is pointless."
I appreciate that. You just must understand with my sister.
I understand you're worried, and I get that. But we're here to help people. We'll help this little boy, and then we'll help you.
Excellent. I appreciate that. All right, so I assume that now your ritual's done. Yes, no. You said only if you needs a few minutes, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it takes like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I can. All right, so she's like, okay, and she will touch the raven, and when you give it a little pet, and then her eyes she has these sort of yellowish wolf eyes, and they glaze over white, and the raven's little black eyes turn in, you kind of get a little bit of a yellowish gleam, and the bird takes off into the cave.
Okay.
So I can't see or hear anything around me personally.
Right.
I'm completely oblivious.
But you're basically seeing what the raven sees, correct?
Yeah. So I have the bird senses. So I do actually have the raven's stats up with me.
Okay. Now, real quick, because can you communicate with, or no? You can't
No, I can see through its eyes, and I'm not really controlling it. Like basically she would have just talked to the bird first.
Gotcha.
Said, this is what we'd like you to do. I'm gonna just, so the bird is still an independent being.
Okay, perfect.
Whatever it's gonna do, but I'm watching it through its eyes.
So
nice to me.
All right, perfect. To make sure I understand. Okay, so the raven flies into the cave, goes 10, 15 feet in, and it's a pretty large, like floor to ceiling. It's pretty large, maybe 20 feet, 25 feet. What you see, like width-wise, at certain areas, it's like a winding and twisting cave. At certain areas, it looks like maybe only one person could go through at a time, like single file.
Okay.
But at certain areas, maybe 2, 3 in a tight squeeze could go through. Okay. It does slope up and down gradually. And as the natural light from outside goes away, the bird flies around the corner and sees like torchlight.
Okay. Artificial light.
Artificial light, yeah. Although if it's a flame, I guess it's still natural, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
And sitting at a makeshift table, kind of in the middle of the of this cavern where where the bird flew around are a pair of tieflings, and it looks like they're playing dominoes or some sort of game.
Nice.
And bird kind of hangs out there for a minute or so and watches this going on, and
Pecks around for food.
yeah, exactly, doing things that ravens do, and then flies back out of the cave.
Okay. And the bird will land in her lap, and the little sort of glow will come back, and she'll kind of blink and wake up. And then she will relay to everyone what she saw through the bird's eyes, what the situation is. So looks like they're not really super on guard. Get in there quick, maybe.
I think speed would be of the essence. You said you saw how many?
Just 2, but there were a few pretty narrow passages, so it's really hard to see. Somebody could have been right around the corner, and I have no idea.
Perhaps we can move quickly and quietly. Surprise these two.
Or best. Hey, let's fuck some shit up.
I likes it.
Pull out my great axe.
Let's go do it.
Just play.
Before we go in there, where is that spell that I have? I have a spell. There we go. I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on everybody.
Sweet.
So we get +10 to sneaky rolls.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness, it's about to go down. I can feel it. Okay. All right, so kind of tell me how we're approaching this cave. It sounds like we're melting a soul. Are we just going right in, or what's happening?
Well, I'm, you know what? Honestly, I picture her as wearing like your sort of cartoonish barbarian outfit with like the fur top and the fur boots, and then she's just got this massive great axe over her shoulder, and she's so tall, so she's gonna crouch down and kind of lay the great axe down across her back, and then but she moves, pretty. She's got good dex, so she moves very, very smoothly for someone of her size.
Okay.
So she'll definitely go in first because she's happy to.
Okay.
Unless anybody's going to stop her, she'll go in first.
Nope.
Right.
I think Shalsanar takes up the rear, and he has the kid with him.
Okay, perfect.
You want us to roll stealth?
So that was my next question.
So that would be a 22.
Okay.
Stealth. So that'd be a 27. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It's disadvantage, so it'd be a 24.
15.
All right.
I like that the quietest one of us rolled the lowest.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so you guys enter this cave, and just like the bird said, there are some areas where it's a narrow passage and some where it kind of widens out. Right on the horizon of where the natural sunlight ends, you begin to see where that candle, or where that torch is lit, and it kind of bends around a corner, so you can see flickering light, but you can't see what's in it. Now with these stealth rolls, I didn't really ask, were you trying to roll up to get to that point and into the room, or just kind of entering the cave?
I wanted to get up. I wanted to get into sight of the two at the table.
Okay.
So I wanted to see them. And hope that they don't see me.
That's what you see. You see two tieflings sitting at a table. playing cards or dominoes, whatever, and doing their thing.
Okay, I will try and look at the rest of the party and just whisper, knock him out. And I will I want to just sneak up on the first one and start clogging him on the head. The butt end of my great axe.
All right, so if I remember my loose rules interpretation correctly, that is a surprise round.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go ahead and make your move.
Alrighty. Weapons. Great axe. An 11.
Ooh.
I'm
Okay.
doing this.
Yes, you do. So you kind of sneak through the darkness there, or I guess it's not dark anymore, but you sneak through there, and right as the one tiefling throws down some dominoes on the table and says, "Domino mother blanker," it's kind of flexing like he just won, you know.
Yeah.
You smack him. You go to smack him upside the head with the butt of your weapon there, and miss, and crash it through the table. And they look like, what in the? And now I guess
she'll just lean over to him and grin really widely with her very sharp teeth.
So let's roll initiative.
If you fail at stealth, try to win it in intimidation. Okay, no tokens. So I don't care about a token being selected. Why won't it let me?
All right, I'm just gonna roll once for all of them.
For some reason.
It's the sheet. Just roll manually.
Yeah, d20 plus 3. 17.
And we don't have tokens, so I'm not going to do that counter there. So I'll just read. I'll read them off there.
But you can put them in manually.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On the roll 20.
All right, we'll put that in manually here. Okay, so Mike, you got a 10, is that right?
I did.
And Amanda Gedden got an 11.
Yep.
And 17, right?
Yeah.
So you tied the tieflings there. So I'll give it to you.
Okay.
So you're up.
Right. I am gonna just so the she used kind of the butt end of the great axe kind of down and smashed into the table. So she's gonna try, so obviously like the top of the great axe has the flat part. So she's gonna try and bring it up into the guy's forehead. Just bring it back up off the table and bash the guy. 13.
Okay, so as you try to bash him, much like your surprise, you swing through and miss. He kind of shifts back a little bit and just avoids the blow.
Too small.
Are you gonna move?
I believe I only have a single attack at level 3, so.
Okay, perfect.
And I guess as my bonus action, I will rage.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
I'm not happy about missing. But her rage is less of a, anger rage. It's more of like a, yeehaw! She's just super excited and she gets to fuck shut up.
I like it.
Happy Rager.
I dig it.
Yeah, so that's my turn.
Alrighty. All right, so the tiefling who won turns towards you. The main attacker there pulls out a short sword and tries to run you through. And fine. It would have been easier if I'd done the macros, but I didn't, so oh well.
That's okay. You're coming at me, sorry?
Yeah.
What is my AC? Oh, she's 16.
All right, so again, pulls out that short sword and jabs at you.
That'll hit.
22. All right. And you're going to take that'll be your damage there. Oh, look at that.
And I take half damage because I am injured.
Right.
So, 2.
Yep. So then the second one, seeing this taking place, and although he's happy that the money's all kind of spread around the floor there, and he may jump back and try to snatch up a few coins here and there that he's lost, he takes a swipe at you, basically doing the exact same thing with his short sword.
Okay. Yeah.
That'll be 9 points of damage.
So half that would be 4.
4 hit.
Okay.
All right, and that ends their turn, which brings us now to Mike, or excuse me, Amanda Gedden.
Okay. I'm actually going to, as a bonus action, I'm going to use Combat Wild Shape and turn into a brown bear.
Okay.
Yeah. Brown bear has multi-attack, so I get to make 2 attacks. So I will move up to the other tieflings. And bite and claw at them. I don't. Let me see. Don't think I get anything with that. Oh wait, no. +5, so 20. So my bite attack probably misses.
Yes, it does.
Bear mouth, it's very different.
Yeah.
And
then for the claws, whoops, that didn't work. Oh, come on. Oh, wait.
Okay, so that'll definitely hit.
That'll definitely hit.
Now, were you attacking this? Which I didn't hear which one you were attacking. The same one that she attacked, or the?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, cool.
No, I'll go for the other guy.
Okay, cool.
For the other one. Okay, so that is 2d4 plus 6 slashing damage on the claws. Oh, come on. So.
All right, so that claw goes right through his armor there, and spills a huge amount of blood onto the floor. So he's not dead, but he looks in a seriously bad way.
Charlie roars. I'm not gonna try because it'll just be silly.
Yeah, and he's just like, ah. And is that ending your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Paladin, you are up.
Perfect. Yeah, he's gonna run in there and he's gonna hit that same one. I hope. 17 to hit and 12 damage.
All right. So while he's still trying to figure out what happened with this claw attack, you come through run him through the ground, and he falls at the edge of the table there, kind of slumps, hits his head, and he's dead.
And there's still one left, right?
There's still one left.
Yeah, I think he turns to that one and says, "Drop your weapons."
Why don't you give me intimidation?
Sure.
Charlie will roar again if she can.
If you want to. Okay.
17.
So he drops his short sword, but with the other hand, he kind of picks up the money that he's won and puts it in his pocket. He's like, I give up.
Yeah, he looks to him. He kind of turns to Escobar, and he says, "Not all victories need to be won at the cost of all lives." And turns back to the bandit and says, "How many more are you, and where have you taken the villagers?"
He says, there are 3 more of me, but there's one other.
One other what?
The people the one other that we work for, I've never seen her kind before, but she pays us well and we do what we do.
And she's here with you?
She is.
And the villagers?
There with her.
Well, and he kind of turns back to the rest of the group. What say you?
Want to fuck some shit up?
Charlie just kind of sits back on her haunches because she's still a bear. He goes, "Oof."
Chelsenar points like further down the complex, and he says, "Well, thanks. It seems like your goal is that way."
I just charge down that wherever he pointed.
Oh, so you're just taking off down there?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Thanks. Okay, so you get about 15 feet charging down the other direction, or charging south of you, let's say, to the point where the cavern turns really small, to the point where you can only walk through one at a time. This is one of those spaces. Okay, and as you come charging down, if this works right here, which it did not, thank you, Roll20.
Oh, are you using, what's it called, fog and war?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really know that we
How to
need it
use
all that
this
much, but
where it's the easiest.
there we go. Okay, so you come around a corner, and or as you do, an arrow comes whizzing at you.
Okay.
Okay, since you were just charging and whatnot.
Yep.
And we'll roll to see if it hits you.
She was jumping up and down trying to keep up the rage, so.
So-
11 misses. She's
All right. So you
Right
come
up.
around the corner, charging down there, roaring and whatnot, and an arrow comes flying just past your ear and clings off the cavern walls.
She's not noisy. She's just got this huge grin on her face,
Oh,
Just-
okay.
all the way up to here, and her teeth are all pointy and scary. And she's
I got you.
massive, and she's just like, that kind of Naruto run. 'Cause remember,
Right.
like, yeah, that's what she's doing.
But you weren't being stealthy, I guess, is what I'm.
Not specifically stealthy, but like she's not making a lot of noise. Like you'd hear her feet because she's like heavy, so she's
All
just,
right. We will just go with it. All right. So, and what was everybody else doing? Were they following you too, or?
Yeah, I think Chelsenar would definitely follow. And he has the kid. I think he kind of lets the bandit go, like leave the cave, because he did surrender.
Gotcha.
unless someone stops it from happening. But yeah, he takes the kid and proceeds down after Figs.
Okay. So what do you guys see when you come around that corner after that errant arrow shot? It opens up into another cavern, another chamber, like if you will, and there are 3 more tieflings there. They're probably about, I don't know, 20 feet ahead of where you stop short, and they're kind of at an elevated position, so they have the high ground, if you will. Okay. And
Charlie in her bear form, would she be able to fit through there?
yeah, she can fit through there. I mean, it's tight, but you can fit through.
Okay.
I'm just gonna run up and start swinging. So.
Oh my goodness, no diplomacy, huh? We're just going at it.
Hey,
okay.
If you want the barbarian to do diplomacy, you don't let them go running in first.
Right. Well, shoot, I guess we have to roll initiative right away again.
I'm trying to keep up my rage, okay?
Yeah, that's true too.
+3.
Cool.
Whoops.
Oh, is that a 1?
That's a 1.
Oh, man, so you kind of trip into combat.
Yeah.
Oh, and I nat 20.
Perfect. So polar opposites.
All right, so I guess Madfish, you are up.
Yeah, I am going to do. I'm doing my best to. At this point, we don't particularly have any reason to like murder them, so I am going to do just subdual damage. So I'm not going to try for a kill. I'm going to try for a knockout.
Okay.
So I'm going with my great axe. I'm going to move all. An 18.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Okay, so that's 13 damage.
But you were not trying to kill him, right?
No, just knock him out.
Okay, he's out.
All right. And she just stands, like, just walks right up with this giant axe over her shoulder, basically the big wooden sort of handle right here. Just walks up to the first one and kind of moves the axe forward a little bit and just goes, thunk, right in the guy's head, just thunk, and then he tips over backwards, and they just see this giant 7'2" half-orc just like at the other two.
That's the other two. That's the one in the middle, let's say, and the other two kind of look at each other, and one of them nearly soils himself.
Oh wait, I forgot I'm raging, so that's
yeah, that's right.
But it doesn't matter.
It wouldn't matter. But yeah, thanks for reminding me. So I put that on.
Yeah, but that's my turn.
Okay, so one of the other ones, the two that are remaining, turns to you, steps in. You know, I guess you're all in melee range, but steps closer and tries to run you through with with his sword.
Oh yeah.
You know, because they are not about knocking people out like you guys are. You know, all right, so 15, or excuse me, 20.
Yeah.
All right. So as you went ahead and knocked out their compadre, the other one steps into the fray, you know, wheels his sword behind him and slashes down upon you and grabs 9 points of damage.
Okay, and I'm still raging, so that would be 4.
4. Okay. And since nobody else has moved into melee range, the third one will use his longbow, pulls out and shoots at our paladin. It'll be a 23.
23 hits.
All right. So that longbow comes screaming through the fray there and tags you dead center for 5 points of damage.
Gotcha. Yep, that hurts.
All right. And that is the end of the tieflings, and we move on to Amanda Gedden.
The other tiefling, who is now a bear. How high up? Like, we're coming in, and they've got the high ground. How high are they?
It's not very high, so it's like they're from where you were. It's like 20 feet away, and it's just like a slope. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
not like
I wasn't
they're
sure
up
if it
on
was
ledges or
stealth
anything like that.
something. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna roar at them, and then run at them and do the multi attack. So there's 2 tieflings left.
There's 2 left. That's correct.
Okay, so she'll go after one of the other one that did not hit Mike's character.
Okay.
Where did okay, so for the bite, it is. So that's the bite, and that's
All right,
11.
so that bite will miss. You take a snap at him and kind of does the Muhammad Ali, shakes his shoulder, and you do not connect.
Okay, and then we'll try with the claws, and that did.
That does not hit as well.
Okay, guess I'll roar again and then take a couple steps back because,
Now, you're not getting out of melee range or anything?
No,
like that?
no.
Okay, perfect, excellent. And our paladin, you are up.
Fantastic. How close is the closest guy?
Closest guy is about 20 feet from you.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna move up to that guy, and following Vanx's suit, he's also gonna do non-lethal damage to this guy as well, or at least attempt to. Let's see here. Weapons. Ka-chow. 13 to hit.
13 will not hit.
Oh, right. That wound was far more painful than he imagined as he tries to swing his axe across his chest.
Exactly.
And I think that will be it.
Okay, so we will go.
Paper cuts.
Yeah, exactly. Got kind of pulled a little muscle there, and you didn't adjust for it. Actually, you know what? And I forgot Escobar is helping out in this too. So we'll throw him into the fray since he's walking with you guys, and he will pull out his longbow and get a quick shot in here as well at the same one that you just tried to attack. And unfortunately, he adds absolutely nothing to to the fray there, and then we'll go back up to Miss Mad Fishmonger.
Okay. I'm gonna take another so yeah, the one that's in melee is still up. So yeah, I will take a swing. 14.
14 will hit.
Okay, so that's 5 subdural damage.
Okay, so, and you were just trying to knock him out again, right? Or were you trying to kill?
No,
Okay.
not
Okay, so he doesn't, I mean, he's still up, but I just needed to make sure what kind of damage we're talking.
yeah, so she's using like either the handle or like the flat side of the blade and just
Right.
clanging them.
As he thinks he's getting ready to die there, he takes a flat blade to the face there, kind of crushes his nose and
Yeah,
stuns him a little bit there.
yeah, she doesn't mind fucking him up, but she's not trying to kill him.
Right. All right, and that ends your
Yeah,
turn.
that'll be
Okay, so he immediately jumps back into the fray and tries to return fire, so to speak, and run you through again. That'll be an 18.
yeah, an 18 will hit me.
And you're still raging, so 4 more points of damage.
4 more. Still doing okay.
All right. And then the second one who is alive, now that just about everybody is in melee, he will take a shot at or try to stab at the bear, who I believe was engaged with him from before. Or
Yep.
right, that's 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
I think. Yes.
Okay.
Oh wait, bear. Pretty sure that hits still. Though.
It should. I think like it bears
Yeah.
AC is like 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like it.
All right. So a slash comes through, taking out a chunk of your hide for 4 points of damage. 4 points of damage. Excuse me.
Okay.
All right. It's them, and Amanda, again, you're up.
Yeah. She's gonna get in the face of the guy who just poked at her, for sure, and do the multi attack again, and bite. Nope, that's not gonna miss, or that's not gonna hit.
Yeah, that'll miss.
Come on.
And the second one misses as well.
Yeah.
All right, so that one's looking really confident at you now and says, "You will look good on my floor." It's kind of feeling it now.
She's just gonna like lean into his face and just roar as loud as she can.
Our
Right.
paladin is up next.
I'm gonna swing away. Why not? Why wouldn't I? Attack this guy with a battle axe. Wow, that's the second nat 1 today.
Oh my goodness!
Yikes!
So
Yikes.
basically, you cut yourself.
Yeah, right. I deeply wound myself.
All right. So Escobar, seeing all this happening, he pulls out another arrow with his longbow and goes after the same one that attacked our paladin there, and 13 will not hit.
That
This
one.
is not going very well. So, all right. So, Mad Fishmonger, you're up.
More smashing. More smashing. It's what I do.
Unfortunately, you're the only one doing any smashing right now.
Oh, 10 is not going to hit.
No, it is not.
You know, it's because I'm trying not to kill them.
It's right.
I'm being punished.
It's time to abandon that plan.
Yeah. After what that one said, then yeah.
Yeah.
Starting to think it might be okay.
Okay, so you're basically just trading blows with this one, and he kind of steps to the side and, feeling himself as well because, nobody's really doing anything here. He takes that sword and tries to ram through your gut as hard as he can. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
23 will do it. And screams in rage, and does 4 more points of damage, which is
Righty. Oh, I'm actually starting to hurt a little bit. Still in double digits, but I'm okay. But,
all right. So that second one, who's been taunting the bear, kind of licks his chops and runs that longsword your way as well for 17.
Yes, that hits.
All right. Oh my goodness. 9 points of damage.
Yikes!
All right. So we're looking at a total party kill an hour into this. Is that? Oh my goodness. Okay. So that is their turn, and that brings us up to Amanda again.
Well, we got the bear. Try and bear them again.
I can hardly bear to see what happens.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No.
what?
Whoa.
No.
Bite. Yes.
There you go. And that's that same one you've been working with, right?
Yeah.
You've been dancing around with. Okay, so that'll definitely hit.
So that was the bite, and then I'll just do the claw as well.
Okay. And you are not going for knockouts, right? You're shooting to kill, right?
Well, if Banks is just trying to incapacitate the other guy, yeah, I'm just getting frustrated for not being able to hit my the last few.
Okay. Yeah, that'll totally slaughter him.
Okay.
All right. So you will not end up on anybody's mantle today, I guess. It's all good.
Fucking right. So that is the bite damage.
Are you also a Canadian bear?
Canadian bear. Arr.
Looking right, see?
Fucking A,
Fucking
right?
right, yo.
Just gonna take a rip out of this guy, that's for sure.
And then this is the claw attack. Oh yeah.
And, so he's like decapitated and all that good stuff. Yeah, he's down.
Listen here, guy. Just trying
That's
to
right.
find some friends, eh?
There'll be no more of that, eh? And Mr. Paladin, you're up.
How many are left?
There is one.
All right, I'm gonna smash that one. In theory. Let's see what happens. Ka-chow! Nope. 12 does not hit still.
Does
God
not hit.
Damn it.
All right, so Escobar will also attack that same one, but he is in no interest of, knocking people out and all that. He's shooting to kill. So your trusty student with does nothing.
He does as much as the master does.
Exactly.
He's not much of a ranged attacker.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so Mad Fishmonger, you are up.
All right, I'm not gonna. We're. You know what? We're done. We're going for the choppy chop. 20.
Yeah, that'll definitely do it.
Okay. Why is that damage? It doesn't look right. Oh, that's not rolling the damage correctly. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you should have 10 total there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not even rolling the d6. So it's supposed to be, it should be a d6 plus 5. So, yeah, 11 damage.
Okay.
I just fixed it now, so next time I should roll it properly. It'll roll.
All right, so you, with another, chop of that great axe, he thinks he's about to get knocked unconscious because that's what you've been trying to do, but instead, that sucker comes right down through, his head.
Yep.
Puts brain matter on the floor, and he's done as well.
Just right down the middle.
The one time.
Just
So now-
push it far.
So you're now standing in an open cavern with, the way you guys came in, and I guess it's to the southwest. There's another opening with plenty of light coming from that direction. And the tiefling that you guys had in captivity, so to speak, he kind of looks at you all and says, I cannot go in there. If you take me in there, they'll know that I brought you. May I go?
Charlie's gonna turn around and just roar at him. 'Cause why not? It's a bear. Bears roar.
Yeah. Chalcner turns to him and says, "Collect your dead, bury them, and then proceed to this location." And he gives him the location of his dojo.
All right, so thank you. You're most kind. And he basically bolts out the other direction without even giving a thought to his fallen people.
I expect nothing less from a bandit.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's still one guy in here who's not dead. There is an unconscious guy.
Yeah, there's one unconscious guy with you.
I don't give any fucks. So
Yeah.
They pointed in that direction. I am going to start marching. I think my rage is wearing off at this point, but
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask you about that.
How does everyone look? Do they look? You guys look damaged? You guys look like you're hurting?
Yeah, I'm beat up.
You guys need some healing?
I'll go ahead and tap mine if you want to save yours. I'm gonna drop 5, 5, and 5 on each of us.
On each.
So yeah, each person, each member of the party gains 5 hit points.
Sweet.
Actually, how bad does Escobar look?
Escobar hasn't taken any hits.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, then he gets second. He gets none. Everyone else gets 5.
Plus, he's got a bad attitude anyway.
He does. He's got a sassy mouth.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm gonna just kind of wipe the door off my face and, hey,
And start heading that direction.
so, are we just gonna just kill people or what?
I think it's a little late for that. I think you definitely killed some people here.
Well, yeah, it'll work out. So.
Yeah,
Diplomacy is over.
I believe they are slavers, so I mean, it's not the worst thing that could happen to them.
That's true. You're totally allowed to do that.
But I will warn you, the guy that just ran off said that there was 3 and 1 more, and the 1 more was their leader and had all the villagers. So expect the worst.
Okay, the leader's probably gonna be pretty badass, eh?
I would assume so.
So don't hold back.
Yeah, don't hold back.
All right, so you guys head toward that, or you guys are heading down that last passageway where you pointed?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm assuming up to this point, since we're not being stealthy again, right? We're just going.
Yeah, we're just going.
Yep. All right, so coming from where that next set of light is, it's, maybe 15, 20 feet, and it opens up into a big, wide cavern. And this one, the map doesn't do it very justice, but this is probably the widest of all the caverns that you have been in. Okay. On one side of the cavern, kind of tucked into the back corner, is where you see a holding pen, if you will. And within that holding pen, if you take half a minute to assess the situation, there's like 15 people, and they look in pretty desperate shape. There's a few of them that look healthy, and they're kind of milling around holding on to the bars, but there's more than enough of them are kind of laying on straw bedding, or just the cavern floor itself. Okay. Roaming around within the cave is one last tiefling, and next to the tiefling is a large humanoid female with reptilian eyes. Okay. And they kind of heard the happenings going on, and they see you guys step in, and the reptilian female looks. It says, "What do we owe this pleasure?" And she pulls out her kind of longbow, and she's looking at you guys.
How far away is the reptilian woman?
About 80 feet.
80 feet. Yikes. Okay.
Why don't you come over here and we'll talk about it?
Step up and get busy.
What if I told you about trying to seduce the enemy?
It's not only bards that do it.
Yeah.
Hey, babe.
Barbarians as well. Charlie, you were doing something? Oh, you're still a bear. That's right. Chilisadora steps up and he says, "It has come to our attention that you have been taking slaves and selling them. Is this true?"
This is very true. Are you here to buy?
In a matter of speaking, yes. I would like all of your wares for the price of your life.
You are a salty one. And today you will die. I will pick my teeth with your bones.
There are a great many to choose from. Have at thee.
Let's do
Charlie
it.
will roar,
Right.
you know. intimidate.
Ooh.
I would also like to intimidate.
Intimidate away.
I think we all just roll intimidate. See what happens.
Crack my knuckles. Which is
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, 15 and 18 is not bad though.
15 and 18 is not bad.
The bear's just kind of like, "Hmm."
Yeah.
You're too cute.
You know what?
With this purple streak of hair.
Yeah.
I guess I'll give it to you since 2 of you got it. That's fine.
All
That's
right.
fine. All right. So what happens next?
What did she say to us?
So, well, you just said there's many to choose from.
Yeah. I basically led with the whole I want all of your wares for the price of your life. And she had a sassy response, and I don't know what Maddie said, but
I just gave like the huge toothy grin and was like
Right.
flexing my incredibly large arms and just letting them know that I could pick you up, and I just kind of look at her and I'm like, I could like snap you right now.
What if I give you half of them and you walk away? You walk away with half.
what if I remove the top half of your body and you slither away? Does that equivalent exchange make sense?
Yeah, like no, absolutely it does not.
Right. That's what I'm trying to impress upon you. Your chosen
What is this-
career path has greatly inconvenienced me. I was on my way somewhere else, and I had to stop and come here to rectify your situation. So,
What are these people to you? We're just trying to make a living like anyone else.
no, you're trying to make a living like criminals. These people were trying to make a living like anyone else, until you stole them and sold them into slavery. What if I steal you and sell you into slavery? Is that acceptable?
Would not be acceptable.
Right, now you see the point here.
All right, so while you're talking, the tiefling with her puts his weapons down and starts walking towards you with with his hands up, and makes his way. I mean, he gets within like let's say 5 feet of you, or 10 feet, let's say, and kind of nods toward the cavern. And say, "I want no part of this. May I go?"
Yeah, I think Kelsinar, he too explains to him where he can find respite and tells him where his dojo is.
He nods and thanks you, turns around and kind of gives the middle finger to the snake lady looking thing and takes off.
Perfect. He says, "And you, do you wish to die here?"
I do not. So she slithers your way, bow still drawn, slowly getting closer and closer,
Mm-hmm.
then puts the bow down and kind of eyeballs the exit as well.
Shalsonar steps forward and says, "This was a minor inconvenience. Do it again, and she won't give you a chance to do it a third time." And he points to Finks.
And she looks your way and nods and heads toward the exit.
I'm gonna go right over to the cages where the people are.
Same.
Okay. So it's a locked cage, but I mean, it's.
I'm just gonna smash it with my axe.
I was gonna say, it's just wood. You guys can get through there. So of course, everybody is happy to see you. The ones who are standing and are in a little bit better shape, you know, they kind of give you hugs, except for the teeth, and they're kind of like, eh. But
Well,
they're
there,
thanking
but
you.
dropping
Yeah,
bear.
that's right. You're the bear. That's right.
Oh yeah, everybody gets bear hugs.
You're right,
I'm
bear.
gonna drop the bear.
And then two girls come out and they hug the kid. Obviously, his brother or his sisters.
Okay,
And
good.
they're all thankful, but again, there's plenty of them who are in pretty dire shape there.
Hey, where's the closest town?
Who are you asking?
Just the villagers.
Okay. Kind of one of them steps forward, is an older lady, and she says, "In this area, the closest town would have been, or is, just throws out some random name where we came from.
Okay.
Last I saw, it was sacked, and I don't know that there's anything left."
Okay, the next closest town from that.
Well, we could go to Ilfador's. He's a cleric of sorts who runs a monastery not too far from where our
Okay.
village is located.
Okay, so take everything that you need and go there, because we got some other stuff to do.
To which
So
Escobar nods when you say that. He's kind of got that finally look in his eyes.
so if you guys think you'd be okay, as all of you like probably find a cart or something somewhere, and then like get to the Claire. You guys gonna be okay to do that?
Yeah, she nods and she's like, "Yes, you have done more than we could ever ask for. I will get these people to safety."
Sweet.
Charlie
Sure.
is going to look over everybody and cast Cure Wounds on the most injured or sickly looking of the prisoners, and then she'll deal with party members. But
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we just take a quick minute to do that. I mean, you can stabilize enough of the people to the point where they can travel. And again, you know, they're thankful. And this little caravan of people, of captives, starts to make their way out of the cavern.
we're only like 2 hours from home, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So we can also refer them there as well.
Yeah.
Say,
Well,
you know,
yeah,
to
but
go.
whatever. A cleric will take care of them, so we're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just clean myself up and get
Okay.
ready, and I'm ready to go again.
Charlie will cast Cure Wounds on Fanks. So I guess I have to roll for that. What am I rolling? Think.
5. Okay, sweet. Thank you.
Excellent.
Alrighty. So off we go.
All
You
right.
need
So
some healing there, boss.
Hmm?
To Chalmasar. Whatever.
Hmm.
You need some healing there, boss.
Oh no, I'm all set, thank you.
Cool.
all right. So you guys head out of the cave and start heading toward what's his name, or Escobar's town, correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so a few hours later, you're there. It's not a problem. Nothing else to sidetrack you, so to speak. And as you make your way to his town, it's just a small. It's almost like a little mining town. Um, all right, yeah, it's like a mining town. And as you kind of walk in and make your way, some of the people recognize him, from when he's obviously well liked and received. So people are hugging him and hey, this, that, and the other. And his parents come out, and his mother especially is so happy to see him. Okay, so Escobar, it's good to see you again. I'm so thankful that you came and you brought friends. She looks to all of you, and he introduces you one by one, and goes to the paladin and says, "Yes, this is these are my people. They're held to help. They're here to help. Tell me of my sister." And she's like, "Yes, but first you come inside. Come out of the weather. You travel. We'll cook for you and take care of you." And it's like, "Yeah, let's do it." Okay.
Cook for us.
Yes. So you're kind of dealing with the parents, or with the mom, and the dad comes in while she's kind of explaining what happens. And she, turns out Morgan, as she says, that's the sister, Escobar, when you left, she kind of stopped her studies and made her way to Waterdeep and hanging around with some of the roughest folks there, and this, that, and the other. And we just didn't see much from her. She started coming home here and there, but her return visits became infrequent, and I'm in fear that something has happened. Your father went looking for her once and came back badly beaten, and he will not speak of it. To which he's kind of sitting in the corner. He's like, he's done. He's like, "Yeah, she made her bed. She can lie in it." And Escobar's not happy about that, of course, But yeah, you guys gonna ask her anything, or?
Where was she when she was taken?
Well, she was near the dock ward. I do know that she was hanging around with unsavory types in that area. That was when her father last saw her.
And she is wont to do this often, or is this a one-time occasion?
I fear she's done it more than once.
Has she ever disappeared for longer than a day?
Yes, here and there, a few days at a time. A lot of it happened. Her mood and attitude changed when she started hanging out with this one gentleman. I cannot recall his name, but he was definitely an unsavory type.
And the town.
So, want us to go fuck him up?
Whatever brings her back is what I want.
Okay. Okay.
I think that works.
Charlie's just kind of wandering around the room looking at stuff.
All right. So, let's eat food and then go there and find her.
That
I
will
agree.
work. So prepares a nice little meal for you and whatnot, and while you're kind of taking care of business, the father walks up and sits down and says, might I offer you a little information? My daughter may not want to be found.
Why?
She seems to enjoy the life. She enjoys the nightlife. The working in a town like this with her hands on honest days living is not something she ever took to, and definitely recently when she discovered that place, it just seemed like she became more distant.
And what would you have us do instead?
It's not that I want you to do anything instead. I would like her back, but I'm just informing you that it may be more difficult than walking in and bashing heads.
Oh, but I like bashing heads.
So you wish us to bring her back against her will?
If possible, yes. I believe that would save her life.
But that's like kidnapping.
Whatever it takes. Have any of you been to Waterdeep?
Yeah, I grew up there.
You've heard of the black spiders?
Yeah. What do I know about them?
Should you give me a history check since you're from Waterdeep.
Ooh, I'm good at this. A
Oh.
6.
Oops. Okay, so you know that they at one point of time were an upstart gang, and that's all you know.
Gang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gang.
So she is off to hang out with the black spiders and other types like that. So
Okay.
that's what I mean by it may not be as easy as walking in and snatching her, but we do want her back.
Okay. Let's try. See what happens. Let's just go in there and see what happens.
All right. So you're heading that direction? I guess, well, are you waiting until the next day, or what are we doing here?
Well, I don't want to.
Yeah, what time of day is it right now?
It's mid-afternoon now, and from where they are to Waterdeep, I mean, it's probably half a day's travel.
Okay, so sleep now, travel half a day, kick some ass in the afternoon.
Sounds like a
That
plan.
makes sense.
Yep.
Dark.
All right, so you're setting out the next morning, and before you guys leave, Mom hands Escobar a note and says, "Give this to your sister." And he's like, "Yes, I will." All right, so we're heading that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds right.
Okay, so now, unlike what you've been traveling before, the road to this particular place, because it is such, it's a thriving metropolis, if you will. Everything is paved. It's a nice road, and as you get closer, let's say maybe an hour or so away, you guys join a caravan of people who are headed there to do whatever business it is that they have. Okay. Just kind of walking along with, and in fact, there's a gnome who is toward the back of this caravan and kind of sees you guys coming up and greets you and is, hello, how are you, gentlemen and lady today?
I'm fine. How are you?
We're doing well, thank you. Just a man trying to make his business and make his way in the world. And yourselves?
I'm trying to allow people like you to do that.
It's much appreciated. You have strong business in Waterdeep, I assume?
I would
We're looking
prefer.
for somebody.
I would prefer the business to be weak, if I was being honest with you.
I see. And I thought I heard somebody else pipe up too.
I said, we're looking for somebody.
Oh, you're looking for someone. Maybe I can be of assistance. He introduces himself. His name is Draconic, and he deals in trinkets and fine wares. I work with what you see around. In fact, he pulls out something from one of the pouches, and it's basically like a stone crafted piece of whatever, like an idol or something. He says, I make things out of the natural earth here and sell them in Waterdeep to keep my family going. It's a modest living, but I do know a lot about there. Is there, maybe I can assist?
I couldn't remember anything about like what part of town they were from or anything like that. I don't think on that low roll. So I wouldn't even know what area to look in.
Well, didn't her parents or mom say something about the docks or something?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Where are the docks? Wait, I know where the docks are. I'm gonna fake it. I'm faking it. Like I don't know where I'm going. Yeah.
Right.
Where are the docks?
Well, that's on the well. Where we're entering is the main gate, and it is on the docks are on the absolute far side of the city, next to the water, of course. But that's I don't know if that's a place that you wish to go unless you're trying to. Yeah, that's a rough part of town.
Did he tell me the truth? Is that actually where the docks are?
That is true.
Okay. I was actually testing him to see if he would tell the truth.
Yeah,
have you seen her? Like pointing at Banks. It's like, does she not look like somebody looking for a fight?
This is true. There's a strong one you have there. This is true. But yeah, if it's a fight you're looking for, the docks is where you would find it.
Yes. Thank you. Can't wait to go punch some shit. Come on.
What do you know? What do you know of the black spiders? Snakes? Black snakes? Black spiders?
Black spider snakes.
Asps.
Nasty little buggers. Yes, they want to be roughnecks that kind of run that area. They or run around in that area. I don't want to say that they run it. A tough bunch, but for a group of you looking like you do, who look like you've seen a few things, you could probably handle them pretty easily.
Good. Well, then in that case, as I said, I hope my business is weak.
Okay.
It doesn't put up much of a fight at all.
If it is them you were looking for, head to the docks and look for a tavern called the 20. That's where they usually are.
The 20, you say?
The 20. That's where I've seen a lot of them frequent, I should say.
Well, you've been of much assistance. I appreciate that.
I wish you guys luck. And with that, you guys are kind of coming up to the gate. And again, there's, excuse me. You get up to the gate there, and it's armed guards, the city's watch, basically kind of patting everybody down, asking what your business is, so on and so forth. And in fact, as your turn at the gate comes, a man in heavy mail and weapons comes and looks at you and asks the same thing. State your business here in Waterdeep.
Going home.
Yeah, she's taking us to her home.
Yep.
And nothing else?
Tourism, sightseeing. Not every day that I get to Waterdeep.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yep.
I like to take in the sights and sounds of the big city.
He wants to see the temples.
Yes.
And he kind of looks at you guys as a group, and he's like, yeah.
I'm basically just giving him this, like, fucking start something, bro. Do it.
And he kind of nods up to the folks on the top of the gate and says, yeah, let him in. And he says, watch yourselves. Start no trouble. Be in no trouble. Move along.
Got it.
Yes.
Anyway.
Okay.
I go inside.
So you guys go in, and the gnome and his group are ahead of you, and they kind of wave you adieu. And what you're seeing is, it's his part of town where you guys first came into the gate. It's a big walled structure, the gate itself, like a castle wall almost, fortified. This particular section of town where you are in, it's pretty squalid. Tents, the roads are okay, but in bad repair. It looks like nobody's really spending money on this area or really cares about the people who are there. Okay. Mad Fishmonger, since you're from there, you would know that, you're maybe 20 minutes away from the docks itself, from the dock ward.
Okay. Then yeah,
Okay.
then, I'll just like tell them, where we are. And we point
Kind of
out,
give them a rundown and whatnot.
yeah, about
Okay.
what's going on and
Okay.
everything,
So
about how far away we are.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so once you head toward the dock ward, that's where life really starts to pick up. I mean, you're seeing, people like lumpers basically unloading wagons, throwing them onto barges, so on and so forth. It's alive. Okay. And are you guys heading toward the 20, I assume?
She kind of smiles, because she sort of grew up like around this area.
Yep.
Kind of low income area near the docks.
Home sweet home.
Yeah. So she just kind of points out. She's like, "Oh yeah, my dad's house is over there."
Right. And maybe we can stop by after we're done killing people.
Yeah, he makes such good bacon and eggs, you guys. So
I
good.
can go for that.
Some back bacon, some bacon syrup.
Going full on Canadian with this, aren't you?
That's right. Oh man. What time does the hockey game start?
The skinny
Is
pussy.
it winter? Because
Right.
well, no, hey, wait, it doesn't need to be winter. You just need a wizard. Make some ice. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, she definitely played hockey on the river in the winter. Yeah, so she'll just let you know, because you're her friends now. So she'll just point out where she lived. It's pretty modest area, but yeah, and then we'll keep going to the docks area where we're supposed to be looking for things, I think.
And we're heading toward that 20, that natural 20. Okay. All right. So once you kind of arrive in that area, oddly enough, there is a bar, and it's got like a polyhedron shaped die thing on the sign and whatnot, and it's flashing at 20. No, I'm just kidding.
I definitely go there.
Exactly. Right. All right. And inside, I mean, it's pretty bustling. You've got sailor types, you've got workers. Everybody in there looks rough as hell. Okay. And when you step in, and it's packed too. I mean, there's maybe, it's packed, however many people want to think. And Escobar kind of elbows Shalaznar and says, it's been a while since I've seen her, and the hair is shorter, but I think that's her. And he points to a back corner where there's a bald man kind of sitting at a table. He's got a tattoo of a spider's web all across his head. And sitting next to him is a young lady who does kind of hold, at this distance, she holds Escobar's features. She looks similar to him.
That's right.
And how many people are in this establishment?
Oh, dozens. I mean, it's like,
Okay.
there's a lot of folks.
I'm gonna go talk to her. Feel for this.
Okay.
See what she's like.
So as you step that
I'm
direction.
just telling them this first.
Oh, okay. My bad.
letting them
Let me sit back and let you.
giving them an opportunity to stop me. That's what I'm doing. If they want to. I was just, you know what? Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna go over there and hit on her and see what happens. And if guys you start to get super touched more, I'll just back off. I'll just play drunk. Okay?
That makes sense.
Okay. So I'm gonna go grab a drink really quick. And drink some of it. So some of it's in my mouth. I'm gonna purposely like dribble a little bit so that I smell a bit like booze. And then I'll just come over. And I mean, she's huge, right? So she doesn't even have to ask people to get out of the way. They just do. Because if they don't, they will anyway.
That's
And so she just walks right up to the woman and just puts an arm down around the shoulders. Hey, babe. You're pretty cute.
She kind of looks. She looks your way and smiles, but looks at the guy with the tattoo.
I'm pretending that I'm not looking. Like I'm watching him out of the corner of my eye, but
Gotcha.
I'm
Okay.
acting like he's not really there.
Okay. So he definitely looks disturbed.
Yeah.
But she's like, well, hello.
I haven't seen you around here before.
You haven't seen me around here before? Then you must not be from around here.
Oh, I am, but I've been away.
Interesting.
Getting out, learning some new stuff.
You want to learn new stuff.
Oh, I
Interesting.
did. But I want to learn some more.
You want to learn? I definitely think I might be the one to teach you.
Oh, yeah? You want to go upstairs or something?
Whoa, slow down there. Slow down there, young lady. What did you say your name was?
Now, as soon as you asked me, I forgot how to say it. Bensaris.
It's nice to meet you, Bensaris.
And I'll hold out my other
Sure.
hand. Shake.
And she takes it and she actually kisses the back of your hand.
Pretty smooth.
Can I interest you in a drink?
Hell yeah.
What would you like? This establishment I own, and she emphasizes owns.
Okay. Is this new to me? Because I'm sure I've been here before.
I
I mean, it's been a while. I've been gone a while, but do I remember the owner of this place being this person the last time I was here a while ago?
Why don't you give me a history check?
Okay. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I got a 3.
You don't recall her owning this before. But you don't recall her not owning this before either.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, sure. Whatever you say, lady. I'm like,
So-
okay. I don't know. Whatever's
The best of the best, I assume.
whatever's big enough for me.
Okay. So she whispers into the guy's ear, and he's perturbed, and he kind of looks your way. And
I just look over and I'm like,
so he stands and heads toward the bar.
all right, I'm gonna just keep like flirting with her with my whole 9 charisma. And
Absolutely.
so the rest of you guys can do it.
Okay, yeah. So anybody else going to do anything before I continue on this portion here?
No, Chaucer was watching to see what happens. Like he's watching. He has an idea that Vinsaris has this under control, so he's watching the rest of the bar.
Okay. And why don't you give me a perception check?
Sure.
Okay. So you notice somebody sitting at the bar, dressed like everybody else, but he seems to be paying attention to this little thing that's taking place at that table a little bit too much.
Okay. Does he look like a surly kind of gentleman?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I think he like nods to Charlie, and then he walks over towards that guy.
Okay.
And he'll kind of approach the bar and be like, "Hello, I'm new to Waterdeep. What's good to drink here?"
Everything is good to drink here, but I myself enjoy some of the stoutest dwarven beer that this place has. Might I get you one?
What if I get you one and you tell me the tales of Waterdeep?
Even better, even better.
And he sits down and waves for a waitress or bartender to come over.
Okay.
And that's basically what he's going to distract this guy. He seems too interested in what's going on, so he's going to ply him with ale and listen to his stories.
All right. So he starts talking, going on about fights that he's been in, boats that he's worked on, so on and so forth. And Amanda Gedden, we doing anything or?
Well, Charlie's kind of left with Escobar.
Okay.
So she'll kind of sling an arm around his shoulders and look around the bar, see what she can see if there's anything else going on, I guess.
Yeah, why don't you give me a perception as well? And while you're doing that, Escobar is talking to you and is like, why don't we just snatch her and go? I grow tired of this.
That, I believe, is a nat 20.
Oh my goodness, you see everything. Okay, so one of the things that you notice is at the table next to the to where the gals are chatting it up. Another person seems way too interested, and in fact, he's got his hand on a weapon.
Okay.
This is a table maybe within 10 feet.
Okay. Charlie's gonna kind of look over at Escobar and go, sometimes you have to be a little more subtle, especially when there's a crowd around. So I'll buy you a drink, and we'll go over here. Come on,
Okay.
follow me. So wanders over to the bar and orders two beverages, 2 ales probably, and then
All right.
she'll follow my lead.
Okay.
Escobar.
He will
And-
do so.
She kind of wanders over to that other table with the guy who has his hand on the weapon and flops down at one of the chairs. Hello, how are you? I haven't seen you in forever. Oh my gosh, how's your wife? How's your mom?
What? Get away from me.
Oh, but come on, Jeffrey. Well, like we grew up together. Come on. It's me.
Go away. You're bothering me.
What? Why? Come on, man. I bought you beer. She plunks her beer down right in front of him.
To which he kind of looks around and stands up, knocks the beer over, pulls out that
That's rude.
knife, and says, "I told you to go away."
That's rude. I bought you beer. She'll take her quarterstaff and just kind of knock the guy's knife out of the way.
Okay. So let's jump back over to the conversation at the table there. So while this is kind of going on off to the side here, the lady you're speaking to there says, "Excuse me for just a moment," and she looks at the gentleman who's going at it with making all that, and he says, "Is there an issue?" And she says, this person here, and points to the tiefling. It's getting a little too close. To which she looks at you and says, if I'm not mistaken, I saw her come in with you. One of your friends, maybe?
Oh, we just came in on the same caravan.
So you don't know this person.
Not really.
So if I snap my fingers and have my man slaughter her where she stands, it's not an issue. It doesn't hurt anything that we're trying to get going on here.
Well, I mean, generally, I don't like killing innocent people. If you're gonna kill somebody, there should be a better reason. They're kind of obnoxious in the bottom.
And he also, she's, you're correct. You're correct. She nods at her man and says, it's okay. She and the boy, and says that looking at Escobar, they can go about their business and enjoy.
Is there any recognition in her face when she says the boy or when she looks at Escobar?
No, and in fact, Escobar reaches into you and says, that's not her. My sister.
But it looks like her.
Looks a lot like her.
Yeah. So Charlie will stand up, go, sorry, mistaken identity. You're not who I thought you were. Kind of eyes dart over to Vanks, and she wanders away. Wanders back to the bar, or finds another table.
Okay. And what about Charlazar? Charlazar, excuse me.
Did he hear any of this interaction going on?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
nobody's
loud.
Yeah, it's pretty well. I think he didn't really hear, or he didn't hear what was going on, but saw that Escobar was within sight of his sister and got dismissed, if you will. So that looks odd.
Yeah. So he thanks the man at the table and says, "Yeah, I appreciate your time. Your tales were great. I will be sure to retell them with myself instead. Have another ale." And he slides another one over to him, and he stands and walks over to Vinsaris and Charlie, and says, "So what's the plan now? Was that not who we're here to find?"
I think Vansaris is still over with her.
Oh, is she? Oh, then yeah. Then
Charlie and Escobar walk over.
Then he walks over to Charlie and Escobar.
I'm still trying to hit on him. I mean, I figured I've gotten this far.
Yeah.
Right.
I might as well be,
Yeah. Makes sense. So he walks over to Charlie and Escobar and says, "Was that not working out? What happened?"
And Escobar's like, she looks a lot from the distance. I was sure that was my sister, but no, that is not her.
The one that Vinsaris is talking to is not your sister.
It's not my sister.
Is anyone in here your sister?
He kind of looks around and he's like, no, I don't believe so.
Where else would she be besides this tavern?
No, he, Pops was saying, or what's saying, hanging out with the spiders. Obviously, this man that was sitting there has a spider tattoo. I don't know. I'm as lost as you are.
This man here.
The guy who was sitting down with Vinsaris and the gal at the table that she dismissed.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, we could look if we could find where she was staying last. We can always go check there. See if anybody might know her.
I mean, or we could just ask him directly and threaten him and then fight our way out of the tavern.
Why not?
That's the Vinsaris way.
Okay, how many people are in the tavern?
Okay, hold it. Yeah, lots.
Couple
hold
dozen.
that thought.
Couple
So
dozen.
We might not survive that fight, boss.
So since we're kind of split, we're in the same area, but we're kind of split. Let me go back to Vinsaris with whatchamacallit there.
All right.
So the gentleman comes back, the guy with the tattoo on his head, comes back and serves you
hit.
the drinks, and turns to the lady and says, "Is there anything else you need, or do you still need me here?" And she's like, "No, you may go." And she turns back and, offers you the drink and
Oh yeah. I'm
cheers.
I'll toast her.
So your interest here, is this going to cost me anything other than this drink?
Nah, just go back in town. Bored. Haven't gotten any in a while.
Bored and back in town.
Yeah, I was out training. Used to be in the military.
Oh, okay, interesting. I think. Oh, hold on.
Do some private training now.
I'd like to show you something. Why don't we leave?
Oh yeah. And I just like throw back my drink and stand up. I'm ready to go.
Okay. So she stands and kind of starts heading toward the door, and not the door you guys came in, but like another door that's off kind of toward the back, if you will.
Okay. I know that, I'm over 7 feet tall. They'll see me leaving. I don't have to get their attention. So I just, I'm not quiet as I leave either. I make sure to like trip over a chair or something.
So everybody knows.
Yeah.
Okay. So she goes through this door. Assuming you're kind of crouching down and following. Okay. So you go to another room that's kind of off to the side, and it's a nice room. It's almost like an office, but a Playboy office, if you will.
Shag carpeting,
exactly,
like on the walls.
Yeah. And there's another person there. There's a young lady there, and if you want to roll perception, that'd be good.
Yes. Ooh, a 7.
So this lady looks to you to be, she doesn't remind you of anything per se, but she kind of looks at the one that brought you in and goes, "What do we have here? You brought us another one in." She's like, "Yeah, I think this one is exotic enough, and we might be able to fetch a pretty penny for her."
I'm pretending like I don't know what they're talking about. Like I'm acting more drunk than I am.
Okay. Excellent.
Although she has had a couple of drinks.
Okay.
She's just kind of acting more drunk. So she's acting like she doesn't really understand what they're talking about.
So the lady asks you, she says, "And what brings you here?"
Oh, I just came for a drink and thought maybe I'd see if I could get laid.
Okay, we have plenty of opportunities for that here. And she introduces herself, puts out an elegant hand, and says, "I am Morgan. It is nice to make your acquaintance, miss."
I'll take her hand and I'll kiss it. Zanzaris.
It is fantastic to meet you.
You're pretty cute.
I appreciate that. All of my associates tend to think so. I will have work for you because it sounds like that's what you're here for.
Yeah. Can you always use a little money? It does tend to go away pretty fast after a few drinks.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to leave you here with the lady. I call her Erica. I didn't give her a name. With Erica. And you enjoy yourself until sundown, and then you come back and we will talk business.
Sweet.
And with that, she just kind of waves her hand, and Erica leads you back out to the bar. Okay. Erica's like, All right. You've been accepted. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will talk soon.
I will, and hope you're around later.
I will be. I absolutely will be.
I'm gonna give her a good, up and down kind of appreciative look before I head back to the bar.
All right, excellent. So she kind of goes off and mingles with some of the rest of the customers and patrons and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and then I'll get a drink, and then I'll just kind of like eventually make my way over to the rest,
All right.
and I'll tell them what happened, and what I saw, and what they said. I think that's her. We're
said-
just on the other side of that door.
You said her name was Morgane, right?
Yeah.
That's definitely the name of the person we're looking for.
Sisters, madam.
So, and Escobar listening to this is like, no way. There's no way. There's no way this has become, my sister has not become, I don't believe it. And he's asking, well, what did she look like? Did she, I cannot believe this.
Did she look like, did she have similar features to him?
Yeah, that's what your failed perception check was supposed to be, but
Oh, okay. She's like, okay, so look, this is gonna sound really bad, but sometimes I have a hard time telling humans apart.
Nah, I've been there.
Yeah, like, I mean, because she's like gray skin with green hair. You know, you've got this like purple tiefling next to us, right? Like, there's, you guys are so,
And a green dragonborn.
yeah, and a bright green dragonborn, and we're like, you guys are so dull. You don't have no color.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. Plumage is very dull.
It's true.
True. Just leave it at that. I'm just gonna throw that out there and leave it at that.
We're like the anti-human race. Like, I'm half human technically.
So, do we just want to walk back in there and you can talk to your sister?
That's probably not a good idea, because that place was pretty slick looking, and I bet there's lots of hidden guards and traps and stuff. So I think it's best if I go back there like normal, like I'm gonna take your job, and then while I'm doing that, you guys can sneak in.
Well, I mean, this was originally supposed to bring her back home, but clearly she's not kidnapped and she runs the business. She's definitely not going to come with us.
Yeah,
Maybe they can just talk it out.
I'm not that great at talking.
Well,
Escobar pipes up. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, Escobar may be able to convince his sister to go home.
Escobar pipes up and is basically going to say that exact same thing. If it is my sister, you say, I would definitely like to talk to her, and even if I can't get her to go home, I want to have something to tell, tell my parents.
So why don't I go in there like normal, and then you guys find a way of sneaking in, and then I will be distracting while you guys talk.
That could work.
Okay.
Was there any like windows or other doors into the room that you noticed, Banks?
Did I notice any?
No, I mean it was a no. You didn't notice anything.
Okay.
All right. So are you guys doing that now, or are you waiting? Okay.
Well, I'll wait till the usual time. And,
Okay.
I need some liquid courage.
Okay. All right. So we'll say the evening kind of goes on, and you're filling yourself with liquid courage and all that good stuff. And Erica comes back to you and says, "It's almost time to make that money. Let's go have a chat with Morgane and see how she wants to proceed."
Sweet.
and then maybe you and I, well, and decides and starts heading you that way.
I just get up and like, yeah. And I go after them.
All right, so you go through that same rigmarole through that door there, and Morgan's in there, doing paperwork, office stuff that these underworld people do, and says, you came back. I half expected to not see you come back, but I'm glad you did.
Well, come on, like, look at her, and she's like gesturing at Erica. Like, you think I can say no to that?
Erica, it looks like you found yourself a friend. Where do you think we should start her? Start her here, or take her to one of the other establishments? And my dear, what do you think? What do you feel more comfortable with? And as I asked you that question, since we are kind of a split party again, what does everybody else want to do?
Have we seen any other way to get into this area?
You have not.
Okay. And it's part of the tavern, right? It's part of the 20?
Yeah. It's just another door. It, like if there's a kitchen door to where all the workers go, this is just like another door.
Okay. Yeah, is there anyone like guarding the door?
There is not.
Interesting.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's just they pretty much run the show, and they've seen you there before. It doesn't look like anybody's guarding.
Okay.
Is there anybody looking at the door? Could we maybe like sneak it in?
You could roll perception.
Oh yeah, I could do that too. Wait, what am I doing? I don't know how to do this. Woohoo! It's a 17.
You do notice one guy kind of standing with his eye. He's not by the door. He's kind of off to the side per se, maybe 5 feet away.
Okay.
And he's got his eye on the door.
Cool. Well then, let me see what are my options. Spider or a cat? I'm gonna use my beast wild shape thing and turn into a cat. Well, not gonna do it right out in the open. I'm going to. I'm sure there's. So I turn to Charles, Mike's character. Can't even pronounce the name.
Charles.
Charles Snart. I'm gonna kind of lower my voice and go. I'll turn into a cat, sneak in the room that way, and yeah, we can go from there.
Perfect. Yeah, I can. Give me a few seconds afterwards, and I'll make a distraction. And either I'll get in or I won't.
Yeah, and Escobar should probably get in in the room too, right?
Exactly. I have a plan for Escobar that he's not gonna like.
All right, Escobar. That's right. What are we doing here?
Right, here's the plan: is I'm gonna discreetly, I'm gonna take you, I'm gonna punch you in the nose, because your nose bleeds a lot easier than my nose, and then I'm gonna be concerned friend, and I'm gonna carry you towards what is clearly the bathroom to help you get cleaned up, because we're both intoxicated. You see? And then either we get in or we don't.
I get you.
Okay, so I'm going to go to where the actual facilities are.
Okay.
Find a stall. Okay. Turn into a cat. And make my way out back to the door.
Alrighty. So you're just kind of curled up against this just kind of walking around the closed door there.
Yeah, and just kind of butt it open with my head and walk on through.
All right, so you kind of go in, and the guy's like, vermin, and closes the door behind you. So while you're in there, you see, what's taking place. The 3 ladies chatting it up. and whatnot. Let's go ahead and execute your plan there, Paladin.
Yeah, so he's gonna basically start like a small disagreement, and then it'll get physical, and then he just pops Escobar in the nose. He's like, "Oh no! What that got too far out of hand," and he like picks him up, and he's like carrying him while Escobar has his hands covering his face, bleeding, and he walks right towards the door. That's clearly not the bathroom.
Right, okay.
He's like, I need to get my guy to the bathroom. Everyone go, watch out, get out, everybody. And he's making like a big scene of it. And he like immediately like beelines right for that door and begins to open the door until someone tries to stop him.
So the guy reaches out and puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, "This is not the bathroom."
Oh, guy, I need to get into the bathroom. Either you take him to the bathroom or you take me to the bathroom, but we gotta get in here somehow.
It's not the bathroom's the other way. This is not the bathroom. You need to step aside.
Can you show me? I've clearly turned around in this place. Do you mind?
Why don't you give me a persuasion or
Persuasion it is.
Yeah. Or performance, maybe.
A 10.
Oh my goodness.
I'm rolling hot today, guys.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give you. I was going to say give you advantage with it because Escobar is part of this too. So
that's
go
true.
ahead.
That's true.
Do that again.
Well, advantage would be 21.
21. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So the guy kind of puts his hand down. He's like, "Oh my God, these people. Friday nights in this place." And he goes, "Come with me." And he starts heading toward the opposite direction.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And yeah, so plan B is they're just going to knock this guy out.
All right, go ahead and do it with this. You got the surprise round.
All right. So let's see if I can actually hit. So I should have advantage because of surprise. I gotta find my weapon, and I'm just gonna bash this guy in the head with non-lethal, just to specify.
Gotcha. Oh boy.
So a 21 to hit and 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so that doesn't take him out, but you do have Escobar, and I'm assuming you want him to.
Yeah, I assume Escobar picks up on the trick there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that'll do it. And unless he natural. Okay, so the guy slumps to the floor.
Perfect. Well, that was easier than I expected.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like stuffs him like against one of the walls somewhere, and like drops a beer on him. Looks like he's drunk, and then he continues back out and back to that front door. That same door that he walked into.
Okay, excellent. All right, so and I assume you're opening and going in.
Yeah, he's gonna go in with the same ruse, where he's like confused again, and he has Escobar. He's like, "Oh no, my friend has a broken nose," and he walks in the room, and he's like, "Someone, please, quick help! I don't know how to fix a broken nose. Oh, this isn't the bathroom."
Okay, so as you kind of walk in, let's jump back into everybody else who's in the room, and so we'll kind of go back in time. Let's say like 30 seconds or something, and so Morgan says to you, she says, "So what are you feeling about where you want to work tonight?"
I'm good with here.
Excellent. I think you would do very well here. So the way I will leave you in the charge of Erica here, she'll discuss how things happen and our normal payment. And it seems like by the two of you are hitting it off very well, there might be something extra in there for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So she kind of gets up and gives you a hug to kind of welcome you to the family, so to speak. And that's when the door busts open and our Paladin and Escobar come roaming in. And you guys also notice there's a cat kind of walking around there and everything. And when you guys bust in there, Escobar, he's like, "Yep, that's her. that's my sister. And he yells out, he's like, Morgan. To which she now kind of sees all this, and she's like, she draws a dagger, and she's like, what's the meaning of this?
I'm just acting like I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I'm a cat.
So she's
Doing cat things.
This isn't the bathroom at all.
like, Escobar, what are you doing here? And they kind of chat it up, it's this big dramatic, mom loves you, this, that, and the other, so on and so forth, and come home and so on and whatnot. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to have the NPC have all the fun. So
Yeah.
I'm like, what do we do?
What if you move your family here and you all have a, what is this, like a prostitution ring? Like a family thing.
And mom would never go for it. And besides, I'm not going back there.
Why?
Well, I mean, just quite the
It's
establishment here.
Yeah, this place kind of rocks.
Yeah. What if you just tell them you're a tavern owner?
Yeah.
Give me a persuasion check.
Make it look good.
Let's see here. Persuasion. 20.
Charlie Cat's gonna like jump up onto Banks's shoulder. Be like, cat.
All right. I'm still like staying close to Erica because I'm still hoping that this will not ruin my chances.
Right. Erica's still very interested.
Oh, good.
So
But now you just have a cat on your shoulder.
Yeah. So Morgana is like, yes, that's. I could do that, but going home would be tough. With, of course, Escobar, you will come with. And he's like nodding, whatnot. He kind of looks at you, Paladin, because he's in shock of seeing all this. He wants to make sure he's doing the right thing. He's like, yeah, I believe so. So she's like, well, let's go home. I'll let you guys tell them how you found me, where you found me, but as far as they will ever know, I just owned a bar. Here.
Yeah,
That works.
that sounds good. You just fake respectability. Problem solved.
That's what
All
we've done the entire time.
All right. So she says, that makes sense. We'll leave in the morning, and she says, Erica, I will leave you in charge while we make the journey home for a day and do what we need to do. And Erica agrees and wishes Mad Fishmonger, says, I hope we will see you soon again soon.
How about well, I don't think they need me for the walk back.
Oh, shoot. There you go.
Well, come on.
Charlie will jump off her shoulder.
At
Do
this
I
point,
want to go for a 2-day walk or get laid?
well, you are definitely welcome to stay here.
That's what I'm doing. You guys don't need me, right?
I think you're good.
It's the greatest reaction ever.
Just don't bring anything back with you.
You know where to find me.
You know where to find her. Okay, so next morning you guys head back toward Escobar's hometown, minus one person but gaining another. And Escobar, he's chatting with, let's say he chats with Charlie because you guys kind of bonded, and he's like, don't get me wrong, I'm very thankful for what you guys have done, and I'm happy to see her return home, but she just seems so much different.
People change. Like, that's part of life. Things change. People change. The land changes. It's nothing is static. Nothing is permanent. like my accent, apparently.
And he's just, I understand. I don't, what am I going to do if, you know, I know we're going to say she just owns a bar, but even that to my parents, I don't know. I fear for what might happen.
Why is it different for you? You left your home to train with complete strangers to become an adventurer who would risk their life and limb on a regular basis. But somehow that is okay?
It's different, you know. Like what we just did. We went to save people and we saved other people on the way. She's running a prostitution house. I just can't get over that.
Well, that's a different kind of saving people, I guess.
It's true. I'll let you explain that to Dad then.
All right. I'll take this one.
All right, so you get back to hometown, and kind of much like the first time that you walked through there, everybody's happy to see not only Escobar, but you know, the daughter has returned, and it's just it's a great and wonderful thing. Mom comes out, hugs, you know, her, kisses her, and there's tears flowing and all that good stuff. And then the father comes and doesn't, you know, he lets them have their moment. He comes to you and he says, "You found her. This is a wonderful thing that you have done. It's much appreciated. We don't have much, but maybe this will be enough for your troubles." And he hands you a small pouch, and you know it's heavy with coin.
Yeah, I think Shelsnar kind of pushes it back to him and says, "Well, we didn't have to drag her back kicking and screaming, but you should sit down and talk with your daughter. I don't believe she wants to stay here, and she has established herself in Waterdeep. She appears to be in no danger there at all. And in fact, if you were to move your family there, you would find that she has enough coin to put you all up. And when your son is done training, he could come back and protect all of you for any of your fears."
Really? So where did you find her?
Well, she owns an establishment.
She's a business owner.
Smart kid you have there. Worked her way up to the top. On top. Put in work on top. And now she owns the place.
Charlie will just kind of slug him in the shoulder.
No innuendo whatsoever.
So, you know, this poor guy who's been a working man all his life, you know, kind of a miner who hasn't done all that well, he kind of bristles with pride. He's like, "Really? This is wonderful." And he kind of shakes your hand. He's like, "I have one son who is off training to be a hero, and another one who is a queen of business. This is more than a simple man could ever ask for."
Exactly. She started on the bottom and then worked her way up top. Now she's a successful business owner. Now she
Successful
has
business owner indeed.
Now she has many other people below her.
A manager, you say?
Oh yes. Yes.
That's even better. Well, with that, I'll go ahead. Sorry.
As long as she's happy, as long as your children are happy, like, isn't that what a parent does? Like, isn't that like your greatest thing as a parent? Just wanting your kids to be happy.
I guess at the end of the day, that is true. Well, you, my friends for life, are welcome to stay for dinner. But at this moment, you must let me leave and rejoin my family and welcome my daughter home. But again, I thank you.
I'm glad we could help.
All right, and he saunters off and heads that direction. And that, my friends, is a job well done.
Perfect.
That was awesome.
That was good shit.
That was so great.
That was fun.
Glad y'all liked it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that was dope. Yeah, so let's go around, introduce our cast and crew here, and get your thoughts on this game. And we'll start with Damien. Damien, you're new here. You responded to our tweet and jumped on, and no issues had. So who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what'd you think of this one shot?
Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys could see it, but I was so nervous.
Nah, you're
But
fine.
It was fun. So yeah, again, I'm Damien. Find me on Twitter, DC Sanders92. I think you also put the Twitch up there for everybody. But yeah, really, I'm just a guy doing this thing, I have a great life. I've been D&Ding whatnot for a long time. Just kind of got into the 5th edition. I do some writing on the side. So this was one I actually I cooked up for a new player. Gentleman in our neighborhood has always wanted to play, doesn't do well in social situations. So this was actually written up as a one shot for one player, and Escobar was kind of the squire and so on and so forth. So, but yeah, so it went really, really well. I thank you guys for having me. Look me up, DC Sanders 92. And yeah, I just appreciate it. It went really well. I can't thank you guys enough.
Hell yeah, man. No, this was awesome. I'm glad you jumped on. I'm glad you jumped at the chance to come on the show. And we'd love to have you back in the future. This was fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's jump over to our fan favorite here. Maddie, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what do you think of this one shot?
Oh, this was super fun, and I always love one shots where you're not necessarily, you don't have to murder everybody to win. I really like that you went with whatever insane thing we decided we were gonna do. So, because no matter what you have planned, we'll do something you never thought of.
We'll ruin it.
Yeah. So no, I had a great time, and that character I really didn't have a lot of plan about where that character was gonna go, so I just kind of made it up as I went along. So yeah, turns out she's branching out into some new line of work.
Absolutely.
Well, barbarians get you only get like a war where you can like run out in the field and just hack away. It doesn't happen all the time.
True.
You gotta do in your downtime.
Exactly.
That was great. No, I'd love to game with you again. That was awesome. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect.
And you can find me as Mad Fishmonger on the internet. It's very
Yes,
easy
you
to
can.
find.
Awesome. And we'll go to our returning conquering hero. Amanda, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of this one shot?
Hey, I'm Amanda. Amanda getting on Twitters. Yeah, no, it was super fun. I'm actually still learning a lot about D&D because I'm actually still a relatively new player. So Maddie shot a couple suggestions to me in our Zoom chat about what I could do. So I was like, hey, that's a good idea. But no, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Oh, thanks a lot. It was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, thanks. Yeah, so for sure, this is the benefit of running these one shots and these 12-hour streams is they're a way to get money to sick kids because we are supporting Extra Life, but also we get to showcase a bunch of DMs, a bunch of players that we don't normally have on our main shows. So it's a cool way to bring the community together and grab other people from other parts of other communities and jam them all in here to support sick kids. So yeah, with that as a reminder, that's what we're doing here, guys. So we have 2 more games. We have 6 more hours of tabletop. We have Jackabuddy is coming up right after this, running a Storm for Crows, which is another horror D&D game where you can donate for all kinds of fun stuff. Check the donation section down below for all of that. And we're going to get that. We're a little over halfway to our goal. And then we wrap up the session with another horror game called Crossroads Carnival, run by our very own Petra. And that should be super fun. I'm really looking forward to those 2 games. So let's get out of here. Let's reset for the next one. And we'll see you guys in a few short minutes. Bye-bye.
Bye.